Hi everyone, my name is Laura Cho. I'm currently a nurse practitioner in primary care at the Women's Center at UC Health. I'm in the post-DNP track and I'm recording this video today in my home in Mason, Ohio while my twin boys are sleeping for their nap and they are almost 3 and my 5-year-old is trying to stay busy. Today I'll be discussing the case study 4-2, the evidence versus the stakeholder interest in the rulemaking, and focusing on the discussion point number 2 for this discussion board. In brief, this case study addresses a policy about clinical experiences being replaced with 100% simulation. According to the NCSBN and the Board of Nursing, these are different discussions that have been brought up for this policy and rule change. The opponents for this noted of the NCSBN indicated a maximum of 50% clinical experiences could be replaced with simulation, and spoke with quality differences versus the authentic clinical experiences that you get during in-person clinicals. The proponents for this are nursing education programs that have difficulty obtaining clinical experiences in person. People that are on board and stakeholders are included to be chief nursing officers. A chief nursing officer actually offered to work with the nursing programs to facilitate procurement of the clinical experiences. The Board of Nursing determined to file the rule as proposed as allowing substitutions of up to 100% of clinical experience in the 3 specialties of obstetrics, neonatal, pediatrics, and simulation. So who were the stakeholders? The stakeholders include proponents, including several nursing organizations, deans, directors of nursing programs, the chief nursing officers of the states, the state nursing associations and boards, along with other future and current nursing students, nursing preceptors, preceptor sites, organizations, practices, and practice insurers for nurses. During my time in nursing school, we had both. We had simulation as well as clinical practice, and simulations were wonderful for the purpose of preparing the student nurses for clinicals and to help guide students for situations that they may experience in clinicals. From my personal experience, I think that simulations are great resources, but should not be 100% of clinical practice. Within the person clinicals, there are real-life opportunities and human connections and interactions that are made. Callan et al., a qualitative study that you can find attached, shares in the final person practicum is very important and provides opportunities for the student to have positive transitions to their nursing role. Although the study does state that there should be a design and implementation to ensure adequate education and profession support, I think that this is true, but within the issue being that the in-person clinicals are not readily available is more of the issue at hand. That is being addressed currently, but I do not believe that the person can be substituted 100% for simulation experiences. Another article by Buchara focuses on simulations as being an opportunity to make sure that students are where they need to be if used properly as skills testing assessments, but not necessarily as a replacement for in-person clinicals. I think that both from the preceptor side and prior nursing student, I would not have felt as well prepared for my nursing practice without me having in-person clinical time. I would propose that stakeholders that are opposed to the rule being implemented for 100% clinical substitution in the specialty areas mentioned would recommend other options, just as the chief nursing officer did help with the placements, or with work on collaborative agreements that would meet the needs of their students instead of random placements. Simulation cannot provide adequate real-life experience and development of nursing professional skills and patient-staff interactions that are needed and that are also developed during in-person clinicals. Another opposition could be that the cost of the simulation for some of the schools and the availability of the simulation mannequins might be of concern. There are some things that simulations cannot teach. The stakeholders that are for the rule to pass, the proponents, would be interested in this to allow for more readily available simulation, clinical situations, and it's also easier to schedule students for a lab class than it is to coordinate and meet requirements for in-person clinicals. Simulations can be very realistic and great for skills teaching, and for the proponents for the rule would also say that each student could be prepared equally with very similar skills trainings and simulation training for a more equitable experience. I think that they both are very important. What do you guys think? What do you think the opponents and proponents think related to this? Do you think that 100% simulation experience can replace the in-person experience, especially for obstetrics, pediatrics, and neonatal care? Thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.